You might be seeing triple, Errol. The Bucks sign the third Antetokoumpo brother. Yes, they've agreed to a two-way contract with Alex Antetokoumpo, according to ESPN's Shams Charania. Alex joins his brothers Thanasis and perennial All-NBA forward Giannis in Milwaukee. The first time an NBA team has had three brothers under contract at the same time. The likely reason for the acquisition has more to do with Giannis staying with the Bucks than Alex's G League stats, where he has averaged 5.8 points and 3 rebounds a game since 2022 in 50 appearances. The Knicks appear to be likely suitors for Giannis and a destination at the trade deadline if the Bucks' family ties ploy doesn't pay off. Is Giannis possibly on his way to New York, Errol? Dial it up!
Absolutely. I don't think it matters. They could bring in his mother, his cousin, his sister, his aunt and uncle on the roster. It's not going to stop the New York Knicks, and it's not going to stop Giannis trying to go for a second championship. This is a guy that should have won 2 championships already on a Milwaukee Bucks team that at one point was the best team in the Eastern Conference for 3 years straight. And the fact that they have only won 1 makes it shameless and shameful. I will say this. I understand what the Bucks are trying to do. They're trying to make Giannis happy. They're trying to put themselves in a good position to keep him. I don't think anything's going to change his mind going into the trade deadline when he knows that he can go to the Knicks and make that team a contender that they haven't been since the 94 New York Knicks, the 93 New York Knicks. So I don't think it's going to change anything. I think, obviously, they're just trying to put a smile on Giannis' face before the season starts. This team is going to be really, really bad. This is an older team that has a superstar player that realizes there is no secondary offense. I don't even know who his brother is. Who the hell is he? So he won a championship with the Lakers, and he barely played.
That's true. And it's his other brother. They're trying everything to keep him there.
Who, by the way, was drafted by the New York Knicks, by the way.
Thanasis.
Yes.
Yeah, the Knicks always seem to get the wrong brother. It's like getting Frank Stallone instead of Sylvester Stallone to be in your movie. Back in the 70s was the old joke. Karl-Anthony is playing point guard for them. Miles Turner was the big offseason acquisition at center. He's kind of like the last piece you would add, not a foundational piece. They got Kevin Porter Jr. They got, Bobby Portis is still there. Gary
legends.
Trent is there. I mean, look, Bobby Portis is fine, but does this sound like a roster that's going anywhere outside of Giannis? No. Like, if they don't have Giannis, this team bottoms out and gets lottery picks. And if they have Giannis, maybe he's good enough to carry them to 46 to 50 wins because he's Giannis. But are you really going anywhere after that? I think they already found out they're not. They had to do the stretch provision to get rid of Damian Lillard's contract because that was their all-in move. That failed. They lost on that move. And now what do you do in the after effects? Do you blow it all up? Middleton's already gone. He's the last guy there from that team that won the title. Is it really even worth keeping it together? You're going to have to make that decision. You're not getting anything for Bobby Portis. Maybe you'll get, I guess a late first-round pick if you're lucky for a guy like that. Giannis is the only thing that's going to bring back anything valuable to help you rebuild for the future. Send him, his 2 brothers, and whatever else makes the contracts work to New York to set yourself up with some of their younger pieces and picks. Yeah, let's go Knicks.
And also, I will say this. The New York Knicks can send 3 guys over there to Milwaukee, and it automatically probably makes them a playoff team. If they send OG, Robinson, McBride, and somebody else on that roster, and 2 first-round draft picks, you're practically a borderline playoff team with the players that you have on that roster. So I think that's the way the Milwaukee Bucks should look at it. Yeah, you're not going to beat the Knicks. You're not going to be able to compete with the other teams that are a little bit better than you, a little bit younger than you, but you still have players that you can move in the offseason to build when it comes to draft picks. So they got to rebuild. Giannis is not going to be there for the long
So
haul.
if you're the Bucks, who do you ask for from the Knicks?
I already told you. I'm going OG. I'm going Robinson. I'm going 2 first-round draft picks, maybe 3. McBride and Clarkson are the kid that they got from the 76ers. I think that will get the deal done.
So, if I'm the Knicks, I'm okay with that deal because, and we talked about this off the air, Robinson is not a guy who stays healthy. When he's out there, he looks great, man. I love watching him when he plays, but he has yet to really get through a season fully healthy. And big guys don't age well. That's just a fact about big guys. So I would be willing to move him before some of the other guys. And OG, who is fantastic. Everyone loves OG Anunoby. He's a great player. This is the healthiest he's ever been, right? You don't want to, assume he's going to be able to play every game again or close to it every year because he's never done that before. Mikal Bridges, on the other hand, that guy plays 82 games every year. So if it's me, even if OG maybe is slightly a little bit better than Bridges, I think you keep Bridges because you know you can depend on that guy going forwards. And you try to, sell high on guys that have, inconsistent health coming off of healthy years. I think it's just a smart thing to do if they do it. Hopefully, they're not going to be able to make some of these moves until December when the contract extensions, the NBA has that rule. It's like a certain amount of days you have to wait. If they get to that December point and OG's playing well and he's healthy, I think they got to look long and hard at that move. And I, as a Knicks fan, it's very exciting. Very, very exciting. Because I think if they get Giannis and they have a three-guy rotation with Towns now being like the stretch 4 with Giannis playing inside and covering up for his, laziness perhaps in rotations on defense, and then Brunson still dominating out there, and you just get a couple of guys around him like Bridges still there. That's a lot. Even if it's not Hart, if they have to include Hart in the deal, they still have a ton of guys.
They're not going to.
I don't think they're going to have to.
They're not going to.
I don't think they would have to do it.
I
don't think they would have to. That's really nice. If I'm a Knicks fan, and I am, that would be very, very nice for this possible down year in the Eastern Conference.